Beatbox. Beatbox. Beatbox.
Beatbox.
Oh no, not beatbox again.
Beatbox. Beatbox is back at 11 o'clock.
That's an hour earlier than it used to be on. An hour earlier.
So be there or be triangular, which is the groovy new way of saying square.
Oh boy, it's getting hot, and it's gonna get even hotter with Hits Hot 85, Twisted Sister, Alison Boyer, George Michael, Culture Club, Berlin, Cyndi Lauper, Style Council, Scandal, Malcolm McLaren, Madonna. Choose the cassette and score 2 bonus tracks.
When you buy July Home Beautiful, you'll see why newsagents sell more copies of Home Beautiful than any other homemaker magazine. It's packed with practical ideas for old and new homes, gardens, pictures, hallways, furniture, beds, bedrooms, living rooms, kitchens, bathrooms, and even a Home Beautiful special offer for these bathroom accessories, plus 7 recipes from Singapore and 6 casseroles.
New Home Beautiful.
Don't miss it.
The first thing you'll notice about Cherry Ripe is the delicious big cherry experience. The big cherry taste. Lots of juicy ripe cherries and smooth coconut smothered in rich old gold chocolate. Cherry Ripe, the most delicious cherry experience you'll ever have. Cherry Ripe, the big cherry taste.
Fantastic.
Kind I like to meet.
Pretty woman. A lot of fun. Wonderful.
I don't believe you, you're not the truth.
Great movie.
No one could look as good as you.
Very entertaining.
Really good.
10 out of 10, definitely.
Outstanding. It was great.
Richard Gere, Junior Roberts, Pretty Woman. See it now.
It's fibre time! Fred knows he has to have his fibre time every day to help keep him regular. Don't you, Fred? He knows. And Libby knows it helps keep her slim. Right, Libby? Helps keep her slim. And my little treasures, they love it. Tastes just like a milkshake, doesn't it? Just 2 teaspoons of fibre time and a nice cold glass of milk. Look at that, the fibre you need in a milkshake. We know when it's Synova's fibre time, don't we? They love it. They just don't want to talk about it.
It's fibre time.
History will never repeat this album. The Split Ends Collection, 1973 to 84. A 2 LP set of the absolute best of the ends, from the early ends to the biggest hits the ends ever made. And the beautiful ballad, The Split Ends Collection, 1973 to 84. A double album of 29 of their best. Truly a collector's album from Concept.
At the end of every rainbow, Smarties you will find, but the wicked witch will stop you and ruin your magical ride.
I'll get those children, I'll ruin their Smarties fun. I'll be the only one.
Your milk's chocolate Smarties are what she wants today, but hint that the race he started wrong and tapped herself away. Now you found your pot of gold, there's Smarties everywhere. At the end of every rainbow, there's fun for all to share.
Good morning and welcome to ABC Television via OSAT Domestic Satellite on this Wednesday the 16th of December 1987. In a few moments it's Cartoon Carnival.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the ongoing adventures of Pokemon streaming, and I still don't know what I'm doing. But we also do have what looks to be another special guest, same special guest as before. Hello.
Hello.
We are currently live.
Yee we are. How are the pokings of the Mons?
Well, they don't like it if you poke too hard.
I see.
But we have gotten our 4th badge, and we are about to go take on ghosts.
Oh, ghosts are fun. Especially in Generation 1, where they're weird.
Yep. Especially when you can't see them unless you have equipment to see them.
Yeah.
I mean, based off the music, I can absolutely understand why people think, like, this area of the game was haunted.
Oh yeah, it's very, very good music. It is very atmosphere. Also, like, ghosts are real in Pokemon. It is haunted.
Yeah, and what did people think happened to people?
Yeah, I mean, dead people become ghost Pokemon.
So every ghost Pokemon is an evolution of people. At least some of them, not every, obviously.
I think some of them are also the evolutions of dead Pokemon. Though I can't remember enough about the Pokedex to remember if that was true at this point.
I know Yamask in... what generation was it? 3? Is just like, oh yeah, it carries a mask of the face it used to have wear when it was a human.
Yeah. Like I know that there's some Pokedex and some stories at this, or some books you can read at this point, that say that dead people are ghost Pokemon. What I'm not sure of is if at this point there was anything saying that there were dead Pokemon who are now ghost Pokemon.
Hmm.
I just don't remember.
See, I can't remember either. I'm sure there's something out there. But yeah,
I think there is eventually. I just... like, I wouldn't put money on it, but I don't think there's anything in Generation 1 itself.
Let's not learn to explode.
Oh, that's a fun move. It's a great move to have in your first slot, so if you're just pressing A through the entire game, you kill yourself.
Well, I mean, yes, but also explosion does more damage.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
the main problem with self-destruct is that it's not actually that destructive.
oh, if we... yeah, critical hit anyway. So yeah, we've changed up the party a little bit since last you appeared. Which you wouldn't be able to see because you're looking at the game, not the stream, so... we have our Hypno now, and we have a Hitmonlee. As well as Voltorb and Doduo.
That is fun.
Yeah, we've accidentally, like, kind of backwards lucked ourselves into a decent party composition.
I don't see any... oh god, I don't remember the type chart. Like, I can't think of any glaring absences. You've got a good mix of the types.
Yeah, because it's just like, what am I really missing? Like, rock and ground, maybe? Meh.
Like, is there anything that the absence of those makes you really vulnerable to or can't be covered by move learning?
Not particularly. I mean, theoretically it would be nice to have a better way to deal with, like, grass types, but...
Right.
I mean, bug type and psychic type moves seem to have me covered.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got a pretty decent way. Parasect's good.
And of course, come the next game, I'm just going to arbitrarily change it all and use none of these. I don't think you got the chance to take it easy on me, mate. Like, oh yeah.
Pokemon NPCs are weird.
Especially when they, like, don't particularly... Like, they don't really try. It's just like, oh, you know, well, I'll get you next time. It's like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
You never have.
Also, there isn't a next time. We don't have the buddy feature yet that has the youngsters calling you the entire game.
Like, hi, my Ratta's still in the top 5%. How is your Rattata doing? Oh, you got rid of one. Okay. Maybe you should come back and give me more money. I don't know. Go this way. So there's
Did you
your...
get the skill scope before coming here, or are we going to backtrack?
We already have it.
Great. Great.
Because it's like, we can't progress it if we don't have it, because it's kind of an unskippable battle at the top.
I think there's a bug, but I don't know how to do it, so yeah.
In this game? A bug? Surely not.
I know. It seems odd.
I mean, surely it's just the one bug. We should probably report it. They'll want to know right away.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're still actively supporting patches for this, right?
Oh,
patches were
absolutely.
totally a thing for Game Boy games.
Yeah, and all the DLC.
Yeah.
That won't work on me because my name is not Ray.
I mean, you gotta get the Mew DLC, obviously.
Obvious. Which I think the best they could manage was, like, in-person events where they just downloaded it straight to the cart.
Yeah, like, they could trade things onto Game Boy cards the same way you can trade between people. And there were special events that did things like that in Japan.
Yeah, we, at least here, only ever got from Celebi onwards.
Yeah. I think that's pretty similar for us.
I know, like, the Pokemon Center in New York has held quite a fair amount of better events that people can't go to.
Yeah. I think there's some at Pokemon centers and other sort of things like that. Though honestly, New York is probably as far away as Australia or Japan for me, like, from a practical Pokemon child sense.
Yeah.
We had some things that were, like, distributed when you went to the movies in theater, if you went to, like, special showings. And then, I don't know if you got them, but a little later on, there were the GameStop ones.
Yeah, eventually. When, I think when GameStop, EB Games, all that ended up being the same company.
Yeah. You know what I mean. The, like, distribution at your local game store.
It's like, yeah, here's this card that has a code on it. Just connect to our in-store Wi-Fi. Which, of course, you know, Game Boy games are absolute aces at.
Yeah, that is definitely a thing of eras. I don't know, I think it's cool that they did that and do that. Like, like that's unique.
I mean, I would like more in-game events. Like, where they had the, what was it, the whole Arceus thing where it's like, oh, no, here is an actual, like, extra part of the game.
Yeah, I think I'd agree that in general, I prefer... Well, okay, so, like, for actual content like the Celebi event or the Arceus thing, or even something like the post-game in Sword and Shield, or I guess the post-game in Ruby and Sapphire. Like, I'm very fond of those, and I would like to see more of that. I, in general, think that while, oh hey, here's the code if you go onto the game this month and put in the code, or just hit the accept gift button during this month, you get, I don't know, an event Victini or a Pikachu with a special hat. I think those are cool. I think they're great evidence that the game is being supported. I think that, for me, the novelty of, here is this thing that some people got for being, like, at this place at this time, or, you know, going to the game shop is a little more... I guess novel is the only word for it, but I think that's personal preference.
Yeah, I mean...
And I should say, like, that is with... I don't think I've ever gotten one of those. I don't think I've ever been at a place in a time where I was the person who got something like that.
Yeah, it's like, the way they do it now, it's like, that's probably much easier and much fairer. But there's no...
Yeah.
There's no, like... There's no appeal to it. There's no show.
It's there, and I think it's cool, I just don't... It's not as, like... I keep on wanting to use the word tactile, but I don't think that's really what that word means.
I mean, it's along the same sort of lines. There probably is definitely a better word. I can't think of it.
Yeah. But you get sort of what I'm getting at. I don't know, I think that's cool. In a sort of roundabout way.
Like, hell, even take, Oh, we are getting rated by Digit Spear.
Thank you, Raiders. Hello.
What? Glad that you like the game. Did you have a good stream? What were you currently going on? But yeah, like, even like a midnight release of a game, going to a shop and lining up and potentially getting a thing feels
yeah,
feels better than waiting for the unlock.
Yes. I realize why we can't do that right now, but in general, like, those sorts of events are a cool cultural thing.
Yeah. But it's just something that is a little different, something a little bit more special.
Yeah. And I think that for me, one of the appeals of Pokemon specifically has always been in this weird space of... Hello!
And thank you also for the follow.
Sorry, I was sort of spacing out for a second.
That's all right.
For me, there's something about Pokemon as a brand and as, like, a fantasy experience and a fandom where a cool part of it is this idea of living in a world with these creatures. Which I think is... excuse me for going on a my field tangent, why Pokemon Go is such a compelling proposition when contrasted with something like Jurassic World Live. Jurassic World Live? Jurassic Park Live? The Jurassic Park ARG Pokemon Go alike.
Yeah.
Which was very much... I imagine you have not played the Jurassic Park ARG game.
I haven't heard of it until just now.
Okay, it came out alongside one of the movies that people didn't think was very good.
Oh,
the
Avatar.
One with the raptor in the house.
Fallen Kingdom?
Thank you. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. I should probably watch more of the Jurassic Park movies. I don't dislike them, but it came out around the same time as Fallen Kingdom. I think. Or one of the movies in sort of that era of Jurassic Park releases. And it has very similar base mechanics to Pokemon Go, though instead of Pokeballs you have, like, tranquilizer darts and plane or helicopters. But
yes, you do.
A lot of the experience was sort of based around this idea of, like, oh, you're building up your park, which I didn't feel like gelled very well narratively or mechanics-wise with the idea that you're walking around a neighborhood and encountering these things. Like... But with Pokemon, the idea that at the park or at a hotel or as you're going around a city or whatever, you're encountering Pokemon and playing with and interacting with your Pokemon, I think on a basic level is very compelling.
Yeah, it feels more realistic even from that fantasy aspect.
Yeah, like that's what I'm looking for out of Pokemon in a way that I'm not looking for it out of Jurassic Park. To be fair, I am also the child who was looking for that out of Yu-Gi-Oh! I would carry around my Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck everywhere in the off chance that someone would spontaneously challenge me to a duel. So, like, I'm definitely prone to, or especially as a kid I was prone to, I think I still am, finding that serendipitous real-world experience integration really compelling.
Yeah. And yeah, like I was saying, it's if the world is phrased as Pokemon are everywhere, then encountering Pokemon as you walk is expected. That's fine. With Jurassic Park, you do not want to see dinosaurs while you're walking around. That seems very bad.
Yeah. That was one of my gripes with it, was that it was a little unclear, like, because it was just like, oh yeah, you're walking through your neighborhood and you gotta dart this T-Rex for some DNA. But, like, that seems like, yeah. Seems like I should be running.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a narrative dissonance.
Yeah. And also, if there's wild T-Rexes at the corner store, how compelling is it that I have my zoo?
Yeah, anyone can go see a T-Rex. Why pay for it?
Yes. And yeah, I know Pokemon Go, like, I find that style of game very interesting, and to be fair, I use Jurassic World Alive as an example because it's a good example of where that fantasy isn't what I'm looking for from a franchise, but the mechanics themselves were not terrible.
Yeah. I mean, then you look at some of the other games along the same lines, like they had that cyberpunk type one, they've got like Harry Potter. It's like, how much of that is reflective of a potentially real world?
Yeah, like, how much... I think with ARG games, in this by which I don't mean ARG go searching for something, I mean ARG that's in your phone. They're two different genres, but they definitely share a title. It is much more of a struggle to be, like, integrating the physical real-world thing that people are doing as part of the game. And the most successful ones, Ingress...
That's the one I was
Everything
thinking
by
of.
Niantic, so Pokemon Go, Harry Potter, whatever, sort of go out of their way to make a context that makes that exploration make sense.
Yeah. Like the Pikmin one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, do you want to be finding... I know I keep going back to it, but again, just wild dinosaurs in your neighborhood. Or...
I want to be finding wild dinosaurs in my neighborhood, but if they're Tyrannotars or Cubones, that makes sense to me. In a way that it doesn't, or in a way that the Jurassic World thing didn't do enough to sort of underpin as franchise consistent, I guess would be the right way of putting it.
Yeah.
That's, though, to be fair, like, I think I struggle with all of the zombie ones a little more from that perspective than most people.
Like, Zombies Run or something.
Yeah, stuff like Zombies Run. Where the fantasy is a little more abstracted, but it's actually definitely about the physical thing you are doing. It is about your pedometer or something like that.
I really like that Haunter sprite.
Yeah, there's some sprites that I'm glad they changed, but there's definitely ones where it's like, the first generation had a lot of character that later generations being a little more uniform and being a little more based on the anime and the manga and all that sort of don't have as much.
Yeah, you couldn't really get away with a lot once you started making a media empire based on it.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no, because there is a Sword and Shield Pokemon who consumes Pikachus and just swallows them whole.
Good, they deserve it.
Yes, but like, your mascot character being consumed by another creature definitely feels like the kind of thing that I'm surprised you were willing to risk trying to get away with, and I am very supportive happened, I guess.
I still think they should have banned Pikachu. He's the one that made those seizures happen. Porygon was robbed.
Justice for Porygon. Ash should have gotten a Porygon instead.
I mean, there were some very early artworks out there that's like, no, Porygon is like one of our main guys.
Yeah. Which makes sense. It's one of the best, like, designs. It's a very unique concept, like Pokemon that sort of lives in data and in the internet. A lot of that got transferred to Rotom, obviously.
Oh, there's room in our hearts for all.
Yeah. Poor Porygon.
Yeah. The very cynical part of me is just like, I wonder how much more successful Digimon was after banning Porygon. Like, was there a...
Who knows?
Was there a lust for digital monsters that just never got fulfilled? And before you say it, yes, I know what I said, and yes, I have been on the internet.
I mean, yeah, like...
I did like Digimon more than Pokemon originally.
Yep.
Because they could change back and become all sorts of different things. It wasn't just a one and done.
The main benefit of Digimon is that they understood that you should keep the marketable designs around.
Yeah.
Like, the greatest struggle of any Pokemon game is when your starter evolves, and it's, like, very practical, but also, with a few exceptions, I prefer the first stage of the starters aesthetically.
Seems to be everyone's general consensus.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I just chuck him in a bin as soon as they let me catch a real Pokemon.
No.
Sometimes I leave them in the PC, sometimes I release them.
But they're they're specifically for you.
Yeah, that's why I don't like them.
I just don't.
You get it, but you don't get it.
I get it, but I disagree.
Fair enough. And if everyone were the same, none of us would be different. That's what makes the world go round. I enjoy our little chats.
Back.
Yep. Okay. It shouldn't have worked. It's Confuse Ray, not Confuse Parasect. Will you with? Is helpful? Sport, yes, please. Stun Spore just paralyzes. Might get Slash coming up.
I am returned.
Hooray! We know Spore now. We can disappoint lots of gamers. But it was supposed to be good.
So, curiosity, do you ever use the, like, X accuracy type stuff?
Not if I can help it.
Right.
It's like, if I'm trying...
I was just curious, because you play the game a lot more like casually and traditionally, and I've never quite been sure what those are for.
I think it's for, like, the sort of competitive builds that you get, but you don't have the moves for it.
I guess. I get the sense that they're not very practical for being more competitive. But I don't know. I just have never really been sure what to think of those.
Oh, there's definitely, like, better options. Because it's like, for example, Screech lowers a defense by 2 stages. Versus, like, a Tail Whip that lowers it by 1. And, like, Swords Dance raises it by 2... It raises attack by 2 stages versus, was it, like, not Roar? There's some move that's like, oh, you raised your attack 1 stage.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what that's for, but there's definitely a market for it, because they keep coming back.
Yeah. I get those moves, I just, like... I don't know.
We had someone in the chat last time, it's just like, what, I have never used a status effect move. Brute force all the way.
That is fair. I like some of the status effects, but brute force is usually the easier and simpler option. I don't know, I just think it's really funny that all of the rats are dying because I caught them on fire.
I mean, we're gonna have Voltorb stick around, I think, so might as well. Have any potions? No, of course I don't. Why would I have potions? That's silly. So this is the sort of key battle I was mentioning.
Yep. Oh, I forgot how bad that Marowak sprite looks.
Yeah, you can't really tell what's going on with it.
It's got like a deer face, maybe?
I do like how you can just run from this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know what you are now. You can go. By the way, just go away.
I found out what's living in your attic. Did I solve it? No, but, you know, it's there now. It's been identified.
Look, you paid me to investigate. You didn't pay for extermination. Oh well, I was going to try and catch it, but... them's the breaks. So there is implicit knowledge of an afterlife as well. Not just restless ghosts for all eternity.
Yeah.
Which now I'm curious about what other religion aspects get mentioned.
I don't know. I do know that there's churches in a lot of the games. They just sort of scrub the crosses off.
And obviously with, like, Arceus now, it's just like, oh yeah, no, that is the god, that is who the church is for, haha.
Yep. Yep. It's fine, there's a
Oh,
Pokemon
Jesus.
god. Also, that Pokemon god is in some 12-year-old's control.
That is certainly a Golbat sprite. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
this
kill
is what
it.
I mean about sometimes the like sort of finding a cohesive design style was pretty good for Pokemon. I'm also not fond of Hypno's back sprite, but I think that's mostly because it's sort of confusing.
Yeah. I mean, he's less of a sex pervert in this pose, at least.
Oh.
Not as less as I'd like, but better than Drowsy.
You said that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I've been saying that for a while. I mean...
Fair. I have no room to talk.
Good. I mean... Look. That's a Pokemon that's going to do crimes.
Yes.
They even got the hands out for groping.
I appreciate that, like, all of the criminal Pokemon are the Pokemon that wear pants.
Yeah. So they're at least not, like, committing a felony at the same time as a cardinal sin.
God. That's sort of not what I... Oh, yeah, okay, I can see how that would have gone in that direction.
I have been online for way too long in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I have as well. I just still walk into these things.
We have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at him. And people get worried about Mr. Mime. Seriously?
I think Mr. Mime is legitimately concerning, but that's more like his actions in the anime than his character design necessarily.
Yeah, but that's just that one Mr. Mime. Everyone seems to paint them with the same brush.
Yeah, I mean, that'll happen when your major appearance in the anime is, fucking the protagonist's mom.
Implied? That would be a very different cartoon if it actively showed it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it does not happen on screen, but, like...
First kids cartoon to feature full penetration. Yep, cool.
Yeah, I mean, definitely not.
I mean, I would be very worried about the kind of kid shows you watched. I mean,
I don't know.
Admittedly, maybe America
like,
got different shows.
There are European cartoons about the guy with the giant wang. Though I think that's, like, significantly more in, like, a bodies are her funny way.
I mean, we got Animaniacs, that kind of towed the line a bit. And several scenes in Rocco's Modern Life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Anyway. Helia's, adventures with the local professor and her Mr. Mime aside...
I'm just saying you can't trust all Pokemon of the same species. But you can't mistrust them all either.
You throw your starters into the ECU and or release them.
Yeah?
Judging Pokemon by species is not a stone you want to throw.
I've played with them enough. They're like the discarded toys of Toy Story. It's like, yeah, I've had enough fun.
Toy Story. That's a thing that also happened.
I like things I can remember. Nostalgia.
Fair.
I believe I am, actually. I seem to have gotten away with it quite well.
I think you did get away. Like, what's he gonna... Isn't... I could be wrong about this, but isn't there sort of a clear implication that, like, Pokemon fights are legal. There's no issue with you randomly brawling people, including the police officers, with Pokemon. So, like, there's no consequence, or... What are you getting away with?
Foiling their evil plans, which they have gone on record and say, "Oh, we are so evil."
Okay, yeah, but like...
Yeah, I know.
Look, as much as I like what Team Rocket becomes in the series, they're not the smartest cookies in this game. They're not the smartest cookies anywhere in the franchise, actually.
Yeah, but they also are the most realistic.
Sure.
Like, without being like the whole, oh, we're twiddling moustache, overly evil, capital E. Like, every other team, it's just like, what is even your point?
I like the team from Sun and Moon a lot, because it's not, like it's very clear that they're just the dropouts.
Yeah.
But they also, like, own their own town.
Sort of like the, what Team Yell in Sword and Shield.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's just like, no, this actually seems like a credible threat.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dumb as shit, but technically I could believe that they exist.
Team Yell is toxic fandom.
Yeah, and also soccer hooligans, which apparently rubbed people the wrong way a bit.
Yeah, people who see themselves in something that is presented as maybe not the best idea will always be a little bit upset. But also, like... Stop assaulting my competition so that I can compete is not an unreasonable observation.
Yeah. And even the, you know, the whole idea of, oh, you know, we are rival teams. We should absolutely have a big punch on.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting closer to being able to afford a bicycle. That's...
Is that the goal?
I mean, that's an unobtainable goal.
Yeah, I know. I was just curious if that was, like, something you were going for.
No, I just never spend any money. This is like the first time I've spent money at a Pokemon Mart, other than, you know, the Sell It On City one.
Yeah. There.
And... I do like how between 4 guards you can get them to split a portion of a drink.
Yeah, like, they can't be bothered to go get a drink themselves. But it's totally reasonable for all of them to split 1 glass of water.
That one guy drinks
Even though they're
most
not
of
in
it.
the same place?
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I'll share this around to all the guards. I've drunk most of it. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, sure.
Can't leave my post to get a thing of water. However, leaving my post to share it with one of the other guards, who I believe are in general further away than the nearest place you could purchase a drink.
They're at, like, the 4 sides of Saffron City. So the closest one is the one at Celadon, but yeah, everyone else is further away.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like the point stands.
Yeah. And I assume there's, like, places you could actually get a drink rather than the one store in the whole of the country.
Yeah, I mean, there are probably... Yeah.
It's like, I assume these are actual cities, not 3 houses as it's depicted in-game.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, 3 houses is a different game. It's Fire Emblem.
Oh, I still need to play that.
It was fine.
That's fair.
But it's also, like, not my sort of forte. So maybe that was a bit of bias.
I like waifu husbando games.
Have you played Hatoful Boyfriend?
Not a ton of it, though I am familiar with the only interesting route, which is the let us examine the implications of this society murder mystery route that kills off the protagonist.
Oh, I was thinking of a different one. The one where you basically ascend to godhood.
Oh, I have not played enough Hatoful Boyfriend then.
That is the best route. Oh,
that's
God.
reasonable. Yeah, like, for all that I enjoy games like Genshin Impact or Fire Emblem from the waifu husbando perspective, and for all that I definitely watch the, like, trashy reverse harem anime, I am not super big into the novelty dating game sphere.
Yeah. I just don't play
I don't know why.
I just don't play a lot of visual novel type games to begin with.
That's fair. Yeah.
I did watch someone play through Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, that one I like.
And I can see where it's like, oh yeah, if you are familiar with these games, you have a very good chance of liking this.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you probably still will like it in a different way.
Yeah. I definitely like Doki Doki for how well it balances, like, the reputation of that style of dating game and harem stuff with being pretty knowing for the audience that is actually familiar with it.
Apparently there's like 10 years worth of content.
In the new release version, or like just in the post-game thing?
In the post-game thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because someone like tested it out.
How long is forever?
Yeah. And
you know, I feel like that could be one of those Twitch trends of like a thing that goes on a long time. Instead of playing Morbius or whatever it is on loop, someone just has sort of set up that scene to auto advance indefinitely.
Allowing like a Twitch plays thing to select some choices.
Yeah, or just sort of like having it be there kind of like a Yule log, but yandere.
I mean, fire is pretty yandere.
Yeah.
That is certainly a Snorlax sprite.
I think someone's climbing on my house. Would have been nice if they had told me they were gonna do that.
Especially, like, what time is it even?
6:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Which is too early.
Yeah.
But I also haven't gone to bed yet, so I guess that's kind of on me.
Yeah, it's like swings and roundabouts.
It would be worse if they were doing this at noon.
Oh, and I love the, someone tracked the sprite evolution for Snorlax. Like, by the time he gets to Sword and Shield, he's finally standing up.
Aw. He is slow and tired.
I mean, yeah, aren't we all?
True.
I know I am.
No, actually, taking 5 generations of, or 10, however many generations of games to finally stand up is super relatable.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently that's like a symptom of ADHD, which I didn't know about.
Oh yeah, like having a lot of it taking a really long time to stand up or wake up.
Or do things.
Or do things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, do things. I don't know if obviously symptom is a correct word, but it's sort of like that is one of the core experiences, I'd say.
Which is why it tends to get overlooked in adults, because it's just like, look, you're working, you're tired. We get it.
Yeah. Or, well, try harder.
Rather than when it's in kids, it's like, oh, well, something is clearly wrong. Well, at least these days. Yeah.
It would be nice if that was... Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Very lazy, just eats and sleeps. Okay.
I was waiting for us to use the Poke Flute to point this out, but I just want to point it out at some point. It's really funny to me that you get an item that basically makes one of the consumables useless, because the Poke Flute is just an awakening that is not consumable.
Yeah, and I mean, they go a little bit ridiculous with it after Gen 3 and onwards, because you can get all the different colours of flute.
Yep.
And it's just like, oh yeah, well this one cures paralysis, this one cures sleeping, this one's for this. Like, whoa. Cool.
I mind that almost less because it equally invalidates all of that genre of consumables. Whereas this is just like, oh yeah, sleep is no longer a status effect that you will ever have to worry about. Or, well, I guess, like, not everyone wants to use it, but, like, you know what I mean.
Kick it. Kick it old school. A little bit more tired than I thought I was. I probably could keep going. I also keep forgetting about that. We have a bike. How about let's go down the cycling path, get to Fuchsia, and then maybe call it there then. Again, that has the question of which came first, the flute music or the anime?
I mean, I think the flute music would have. Because I don't think that's different from the original Japanese release. I don't think there was much of any alteration to the soundtrack between Japanese red and green and Japanese blue, which was our, you know,
red and green to then red and blue, yeah.
Game editions are a little weird, but I don't think the soundtrack changed. I think that a few sprites were kind of cleaned up or altered. Some of the more game-breaking bugs were fixed. Some of the more game-breaking bugs were fixed, but I don't think that there was much.
It really got changed too much between them.
Yeah. It feels like it would be a weird thing to change in the soundtrack. I feel like it might just be like a lot of other places, the anime used the sound motifs from the original game quite frequently.
How did I miss this?
Why is this person... This is just sort of random. It's like, please don't tell anyone I'm in this house, random person who has wandered in.
Point of interest, Doduo does not have wings. So, if we ever did get to see how it would fly, that is interesting.
Helicopter neck.
Must be. Like Tails.
Like Tails. Though it does raise the question of how you then sit on that. Does it I guess it would just carry you in its talons. Again, like Tails.
What's that? Simba. Okay. I was just trying to remember the layout of the map, and it's like, well, I know I'm heading to Fuchsia City, and the thing says that I'm here. So what's this one here? It was just me not knowing how to read a map. These two sound like they should be the same evolution, based off noise alone.
Yeah, I could see that.
Oh dear. I don't think there's anything over there, so let's just get on with it. Hero is very fancy in this gen. I can't even really tell which direction it's supposed to be facing. Like, is it coming down from an angle?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. And of course, the gravity doing all of the work. Cycling road is uphill. Or downhill in this case. Getting a bit like that, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Oh, that's alright. As I said, I'm kind of feeling the same, a bit more than I expected.
I'm not gonna make you end your stream or hang around on it. I'm here for as long as you feel like being live.
Nah, I've kind of got the feeling that we're going to get to Fuchsia City and sort of call it there, because then at least we've checkpointed the city for Fly.
Makes sense. Cool.
That's why I'm not, like, battling every single trainer on the way. It's like, oh, I know we'll come back and do some grinding.
Yeah.
And now we have control again. Checking in upstairs while we're here. Yes, but I don't have one.
What? I mean, that is both a very normal observation and for some reason caught me off guard.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, there's people swimming. Let's watch them for a bit.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, when you look at a beach, you're gonna see people swimming and being at the beach, and there is nothing weird or strange about that. But also, like, some part of my brain was like, huh.
It's weird to commentate on.
Note.
Yeah. Because it
I mean,
feels...
it's not as weird as some things that the Pokemon games will note. Like, you've played Sun and Moon, right?
Hmm.
Every bed, it tells you how it smells?
Yeah.
You can sleep in all your friends' beds, and they all smell different. And that feels a little weird.
Yeah. Especially if they haven't been in them for a while, it should smell like laundry.
I mean, I think most of them smell like the Pokemon type that they are affiliated with. Like, oh, it smells like magic. Like, or, wait, no. Smells like the fire Pokemon burned something here. But it's still weird. It's still like a weird... It is a weird interaction to draw attention to. Because, yeah, it's an RPG. You can sleep in beds to refill your health.
You can sleep in everyone's bed.
You can sleep in everyone's bed. And, like, on some level, there's nothing weird about that. But I feel like by the point you're like, oh yeah, this is what my rival's bed smells like.
And the next time you meet them, you're like, different.
It is an odd, quirky Pokemon thing that existed for exactly one generation.
And then they got rid of it because, yes, they probably should have.
Yeah, no, there's no reason to keep that around.
And,
like,
I mean, the perfect segue. Speaking of no reason to keep this around, I think that's where we're going to call it for this stream. And
okay.
I'll try and figure out who's anyone to raid. Anyone? Maybe. Doing a quick check. Yeah, we might as well keep going and just raid another Pokemon streamer. Alright. Well, see you later.
Night chat.
Bye, and thank you for the following and the rating.
And so we come to the end of another day on Sunshine Television. Hope today has been a good one for you, and we hope tomorrow is an even better one. And now this is Ray Marsh on behalf of all of us here at the Granville studios of SEQ Television on channels 8, 1, 5 and 10, wishing you all a very good night.